Right now I'm dreaming, you know. I'm just dreaming with my wife and taking each day as it comes. Right now, like every budding parent, you know, you read, you hear stories. We have started to build the nursery, you know, so doing all the fun things. But the anticipation and the excitement and the nervousness and the anxiety for such a thing doesn't compare to anything, you know, it's beyond compare. You've intimately also known me, no?
Yeah.
You can say how I smell, you can say how...
Let me smell you. His perfume's vanished, disappeared.
Oh, so that
into
means
thin
I
air.
don't smell good. नमस्कार, मैं हूँ रणबीर कपूर.
और मैं हूँ वानी कपूर.
और मैं हूँ करण मल्होत्रा. आप देख रहे हैं और बताओ स्तुति के साथ.
Hi guys, मैं हूँ स्तुति. Thrilled to be sitting in the midst of so much talent and good looks. Shamshera टीम के साथ यहाँ पे है रणबीर कपूर, वानी कपूर and the director Karan Malhotra. Welcome to और बताओ.
Thank you.
और बताओ.
बहुत ही सोच समझ के शो का नाम रखा गया. Basically, we want you to do the talking.
I hate it, you know, when you're on a conversation with a friend and you've run out of conversation. Suddenly he says, और बताओ.
But we want this to be a conversation starter, and it will be about Karam se Dakat and Dharam se Azad. First question to the director: how much about the film can you reveal इस line के साथ?
जितना लाइन रिवील कर रही है. To be honest with you, I think the line very specifically I think expresses that the film is beyond just being a dacoit drama or being a revenge film. I think it's more of a trying to win your ideologies and your goals in life. But Shamshera represents that emotion in a very dramatic and a Hindi cinematic way.
You know, Vaani, you've been having a great time, especially with the critical acclaim you got for your last film. You clearly seem to be enjoying yourself here as well. What was the biggest pull when you said yes for a film like this? Although I do feel it's a no-brainer, but...
Yeah. You gauged it correctly. I think it actually is a no-brainer because firstly what happens is you also want to grow and evolve yourself and learn in the best company. You know, you have co-actors, you have a filmmaker who are so good at their job. Like they've only been delivering superlative performances. People who I admire and I get inspired by. So I feel like being on set is the best learning I probably can get to better my craft. You know, I've never been to a school or film school, and this is my learning. Plus the part Sona written. I mean, I've never played before. It's a character that I've not portrayed before. I know that there's only glimpses and all, and one can make preconceived notions of what the character is about. But there's a lot of. Firstly, I don't know why people consider glamorous parts not to be performance-oriented. I don't think they're very exclusive. Yeah. You know, like acting and glamour is not exclusive. Like you can club those two together. But there's a lot of. They'll hate me for saying this, but there's an arc to the character. Which is very interesting for me. I've never done that before. There are layers that I've never. You can emote and say a dialogue in so many different ways. You know, which way to go ahead is completely on my filmmaker's discretion. Like whatever however he would want to mold me. So it's been a lot of fun because this is the first time I have done something through, you know, a different lens, which has been amazing for me. Yeah.
Ranbir, it's been a while since your release has happened. Long time. और अब तो मतलब छप्पड़ फाड़ के एक के बाद एक. How nervous? How excited? Are you a little superstitious? Are you doing something to ensure both films do really well?
No, it's not in my hands. So whatever I do, कुछ होगा नहीं. Sorry. But I am excited. I'm also in that phase in my life where I would rather not have my films release. And if I had that much of money in my life, I would just buy my films and keep it to myself. Oh. You know.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I guess fear of judgment. No. Having said that, you know, making movies for an audience, but very proud, very excited about both the films that I've done. Very different from each other, different characters.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I guess it's coming in such a short span. That's not ideal, but it's never happened before. So maybe it'll be very different for me. Where I stand as an actor, as a star. A lot of things happening on my personal front. So a lot of things to be grateful for, a lot of things to look forward to, and a lot of things to be excited and nervous about.
अच्छा, फिल्म में आपका एक डबल रोल है, रियल लाइफ में ड्यूअल रोल हो रहा है. How are you preparing yourself for that? You're a new husband.
Right now I'm dreaming, you know. I'm just dreaming with my wife and taking each day as it comes. Right now, like every budding parent, you know, you read, you hear stories. We have started to build the nursery, you know, so doing all the fun things. But the anticipation and the excitement and the nervousness and the anxiety for such a thing doesn't compare to anything, you know, it's beyond compare. So taking a day at a time.
Super. So this was off camera. On camera, playing father and son, वो कितना मुश्किल, कितना आसान था?
एक्चुअली आइडिया तो मेरा ही था, मतलब मैंने अपने आप को ऑफर कर दिया कि यू नो सिंस मैं बल्ली कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे ये भी करने दे. दे हैड टू बी कन्विंस्ड, आई आल्सो हैड टू बी कन्विंस्ड दैट आई कुड प्ले इट, बट आई डिडंट realize what I was in for. You know, working on a film like this, of this nature, these characters, this world, Karan's imagination and vision was way larger than I had even thought of. So while doing the film, it was extremely hard. It was so hard that there were days and many days that I would just sit on a chair looking at myself in the mirror and just I had given up, you know, like I can't do it. Talk to myself, try and, you know, have a therapy session with myself. You know, I used to go home and speak to Alia about it. Like, don't talk to me, you know, I'm empty. I'm just, I don't know what's happening. But eventually, you know, all the hard work yields a result. Yeah. And if it yields a result like what I have seen of Shamshera, I feel very proud and I feel very happy and I feel very satisfied that, you know, I went through that grind. But if you ask me if I would do it again, yes, I would.
That's a good thing to say. अच्छा, कहते हैं कि जो नहीं है उनके पीठ पीछे उनकी बात नहीं करनी चाहिए, बट हम संजय दत्त की बात ना करें ऐसा नहीं हो सकता.
नहीं हो सकता.
You have someone, I mean, you have Sanjay Dutt and someone who played Sanjay Dutt. I felt better than Sanjay Dutt could himself. How was it directing all three of them actually?
It was honestly a dream come true because they were my biggest strength, I think, on the film, you know, because to have actors on your side in terms of following the vision, being convinced about what they're going to do and have kind of share the same conviction or passion for the story that you want to tell, I think nothing better than that can be asked. And I was very fortunate to have people like Ranbir, Vaani, Sanju sir, all three of them, and
host of other actors.
Host of other actors, you know, Saurav Shukla, Ronit Roy, Iravati, Harshe, and a lot of the characters. They all came just to make Shamshera better. Believe me, I was very fortunate to have these people around me, and all our energies matched for the same mission, for the same accomplishment, and Shamshera shines today.
Super. Okay, to the both of you, you know, this is a period film. It's a completely different sensibility, aesthetic. Mentally, आप खुद को कैसे prepare करते हैं for something like this?
For a period film, I think, see, if you talk about like even Jesus Christ or Mahatma Gandhi or people of other periods, they also used to probably just have normal lives like we do. You know, they talk, they laugh, they have this similar emotions. It's just the time is different. You know, the culture was probably a bit different. Of course, this film, you know, we meticulously worked the look out, you know, with a lot of great talent, you know, with our costume department, our hair makeup department, the set designers. Karan was very clear. He had storyboarded the entire film. So as the crew and actors, it was a good blueprint for us, a start. And then of course you build on it. Everything was in the script. It was written on paper, and the world was created. You know, sometimes you do films of such a scale that you're just working on blue screen and everything is created around you. But with Shamshera, I think Karan really wanted to bring the world in its real essence. So he built these huge mammoth sets, you know, and we were working in those sets every day for long schedules. And that really put us in that world, you know, that really put us, it
transports you to that
transports
era.
You. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि suddenly हम slow motion में बात कर रहे हैं या कुछ 1800 वाली acting कर रहे हैं. Acting तो वही होती है, you know, you have to be true to your emotion. But I think this world, the costuming, everything just adds to an actor just submitting to that time.
It's all these embellishments, I think, that kind of like carve a different period set up for you, you know.
You know, generally co-star से पूछा जाता है एक दूसरे के साथ काम करके कैसे लगा. अब साथ में तो आप लोग कुछ नहीं बोलने वाले हो. So I'm going to just take this
पीठ पीछे
opportunity.
भी कुछ नहीं बोलेगा बोलेगा
क्या बोलूँगा?
Yeah, he's all
But,
good to
नहीं,
go.
so हम जो सुनना चाहते हैं आप वो बोल दो. Is there anything that you can tell us about Ranbir that we don't know and
Something about Vaani that you don't know?
Yeah.
Vaani is a klutz. She's self-destructive. She could hurt herself at any minute. She could hurt herself while putting her head on a pillow also. You know, not that she wants to, but I think it's because she has so many thoughts in her head. She's constantly thinking that it's quite endearing also. It's not that, you know, I say it in a negative way, but I guess something Vaani's fans would like to know is that your idol's a klutz.
Guys, just don't become clutterhead like me. Just don't get inspired on that. Something about, but that's a great observation, Ranbir, I must say. Ranbir, what have I observed about him? He's too polite. Isko gussa nahi aata hai. Achha, you know that. But you'll know him a lot.
Yeah, but you've intimately also known me, no?
Yeah.
You can say how I smell. You can say how.
Let me smell you. And his perfume's vanished, disappeared.
Oh, so that
into
means
thin
I
air.
don't smell good.
What do I say? What do I say? You know, he's just I don't know. I think you guys probably know everything about Ranbir because he's been here for very long. But I just like the guy he is. You know, he's an innately cool guy, and there's anything you can ask him, and he'll say it about his life. Anything you'd ask him, he'd just say it. You know, mostly with a straight face. His humor is also with a straight face.
Yeah.
Which I think is again endearing because it's just like a straight face humor. So if you get it, you get it. You don't get it, like so passes your mind. But also the fact that I think he's yeah, you know all of this, that how chill he is, how there's nothing.
तारीफें ही हो रही हैं basically.
Yeah.
Tareefein ho rahi hai.
I don't know
Tareefein.
what to tareef.
Another thing about Vaani, her humor is
Bad.
no. She has humor which only she understands.
No.
So you
That's
probably
one way of saying
yeah.
it.
So you will understand
So
after
it's
a couple of
polite
minutes
way.
what
he's
she
so
meant.
polite.
Arre, we were discussing
He's
it today on the show,
sarcastic.
Yeah.
that you'll crack a joke, but you'll be laughing before anybody else will.
That's not true. Guys, I'm very funny. Just some people don't have the bandwidth to understand
Correct.
my jokes.
It's our shortcomings.
But it's okay, I forgive you. I mean,
Okay, you know, Ranbir, indulge us a little here. You like your space. You're a private person, but our babs are going crazy. You have so much happening in your personal life. So, अभी recently we saw pictures, और उन्होंने announce कर दिया कि रणबीर गाड़ी में है. तो
Yeah,
are
they
you?
killed my surprise here. But you know, I've always, you know, unfortunately, I had started working in films when the pap culture really entered our industry. So I've seen the birth of paps. पहले भी होते थे, but this whole pap culture, you know, I used to have them like hide outside my house, lean on my, you know, there were creepers outside my bungalow, and they used to be hiding there with the camera on 24/7. They used to follow me. So I've always had this love-hate relationship with them. I feel like they are exposing my secrets, so I should also play hide and seek with them. So I also try and give them a really hard time.
Yeah.
You know,
So
if I
good chase,
yeah,
yeah.
so I'll say गाड़ी यहाँ पार्क करो, मैं कहीं पीछे से निकल जाता हूँ and all, you know, and they're waiting for hours. So I feel कि if they are screwing me over, then I can screw them over. So it's a love-hate relationship. But I guess, you know, it's the nature of the job. You know, I guess they're clicking your pictures
But
because
somewhere, are you prepared for what is going to follow?
I think I'm going to have a conversation with them. You know, sit down with them, and I think they're lovely people. If you really sit down and say something which means something to you, I think they'll understand.
Okay. Last question to all three of you. रणबीर को आपको अभी तक हमने इस जोन में नहीं देखा है. We've seen you doing romantic films, coming of age films. Who are the people you're trying to target with this movie? What sort of expectations from it? And if you're nervous, then what is it that's making you nervous?
You wanna answer?
So yeah, no, our target is the entire world. That is what we're targeting, and that is what we feel Shamshera deserves. And that is our expectation. That's it. Yeah.
that's true though. Everybody, you know, it's made for masses and the classes. I hope it can entertain everyone. There's just about, it evokes all kind of emotions at different, you know, phases of when you're watching the film. And I'm hoping like if somebody can, like everybody can find something to, you know, that resonates with them.
Are you a little anxious, Ranbir, considering you've never been in this? Your fans haven't seen you play.
Anxious, of course. I'm anxious, excited. It's a different character for me, a character which I guess I'm not accepted. I haven't done a role of this nature. But the expectation and the desire, actually starting with the desire to do this film was to give them good entertainment. So the expectation is to see the audience enjoy, have a good time at the cinemas, and that's pretty much it. You know, I always say we're not saving the world. You know, we're just giving an audience 3 hours of relief from their troubled lives. You know, that they forget their problems, they come and just enjoy a engaging story and have a good laugh. You know, feel an emotion, feel inspired. You know, feel anger. You know, take a message, you know, something which, we're not trying to force a message, but they can take any message from the film. So I think all these things are the basics of cinema. You know, we have that tool, that art form, which can really do that. You know, it can really make a change in some way or the other, at the same time entertain. So it's all of this, you know.
Super. Thank you so much for your time. All the best and really looking forward to the film.
और बताओ,
बताएंगे हम, release के बाद.